Hey, this is Bert Brocker, head coach of Texan Buick and GMC, and I'm proud to bring you the Tailgate from Texan Plaza. That's right, at the all-new Turner Stadium. And this year, it's going to be hosted by the one and only from 610 Sports Radio, Mr. John Lopez.
Yes, sir. We are at beautiful Turner Stadium. I'm John Lopez, and this is the Tailgate at Texans Plaza. Just like every week, we make a lot of noise. The girls are here. They're going to be the team of the week. We'll tell you about that later. We're also going to have the beautiful girl here in a minute. That's Raley. We'll talk to her. That's Bert Brocker. He brings it all to us. Also, Sammy Davis, former Texas A&M great, Humble High School great. Yes. First-round pick of the San Diego Chargers, played for 49ers, Tampa Bay. His brother, Cobbe's going to be with us as well, also played at Humble High School. We got Rob Lynch. He's going to be the talk of the tailgate. We'll get over there. We might even have a surprise I saw meandering back here. A Texas A&M legend named Robert L. Jackson. I might get over there. But right now, we're going to start right here with Bert Brocker. Bert, first of all, your dream, as I've said in the past, has come to fruition with the Texan Buick GMC Plaza right here. Every week, people are looking forward to coming out here.
Yes, John, it's just a really, really wonderful deal. We got an opportunity last year to go into the school district, and Texan GMC Buick had an opportunity to buy the entrance here, and it was the first one in the state of Texas, and it just is a great fit because we're out here every week. Of course, I hooked up with you. Of course, y'all got the #1 talk show, you and Mr. Vandermeer in the mornings on 610. So anyway, it's just a great fit. You're from the Atascocita area. Your kids graduated from here. They went to Kingwood before that. So, it's just a lot what it brings here to the community. And, of course, you're right. This adds a lot of beauty here to our...
this is not Bert Brocker. Let's talk with... she's embarrassed. She never gets compliments like that. Hey, let's talk to Raley. If you guys don't know her, and I don't know how you don't because she's all over. She's the queen of all media here in Houston with Cron.com, of course, sportsradio610.com, and certainly at every Texans practice. And that's where we want to start right there. We want to get to the radio deal and Sports Radio 610 and some of the great things going on over there. But let's start with the Texans. It's #1 here. You're at every practice. No Andre Johnson. Your thoughts on how Gary Kubiak is going to be able to react and respond to that?
Well, what's so fascinating about this Texans offense is if one weapon goes down, there are so many more weapons to choose from. And this team has relied a lot on the running game as well. So Arian Foster, he's healthy, and I think the running game is something to watch. Even, whether or not Andre Johnson is going to be healthy or not for any game, watch those running backs.
Now, every week we ask and we talk about, is this the year? You've been with this team from day one. I've watched this team from day one. You go to just about every practice. Tell us, sell the fans that are watching us, why is this the year, or do you not agree?
I think it is the year, and I think nationally, the media across the country believe that this is the year. People are picking this team to win the division. They're picking them to go deep into the playoffs, and I believe that's something they're capable of doing. Offensively, we've seen them do really great things in seasons past, but they have something that they have never had, and that is a legitimate attacking defense. They bring in defensive coordinator Wade Phillips, and with previous other defenses, he's not taking them from last to first, but he's taking them from last to middle of the pack.
Yes.
This defense, he's taking them from last to easily the top 5.
They are right now. I'm going to be changing subjects for you real quick because part of the reason we got young girls back here, a lot of them want to be sitting where you are, want to be sitting where Erin Andrews is and Jen Brown and women who are in this field. What are some of the things, some of the challenges they have to overcome to get there?
Well, that is a tough question, but there's something that I've always stuck with, and the most important thing is your credibility.
Yeah.
And no matter what you look like, no matter who you know, credibility is the most important thing. And something that I tell young people when I speak to them is every single person that you meet has something to offer. Right. They can help you somehow, whether it's find a job or make the right connection, but work really, really, really hard and always treat people with respect. And there are some challenges being a woman, and I tell girls, always keep in mind, you are held to a higher standard.
Well, that's exactly right. And I've talked about it from a different perspective with Hispanics or minorities or African Americans. You have to not only be as good, you have to be better in a lot of ways. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely. I think a woman in this field, you have to do the job better. You have to have the knowledge down more. You have to work longer hours. And even then, you're kind of considered even kill with the boys. And I don't mind that. I'm competitive. But I do want to beat them.
We're going to get your competitive nature on the third segment when we talk with these girls. We need you for that segment. Don't go anywhere. But let's talk about sportsradio610.com. It's an amazing website that you have built, and they brought you in. We brought you in for that own reason. If you're at a Texans game, for example, what are some of the things that our viewers can look forward to on the website? Well,
I love Texans games. It's like a 20-hour day for me, but we give a ton of things. We put out a lot of stuff on the website. We have player interviews. A lot of times we have an interview with the owner, Bob McNair, and you can find those videos on sportsradio610.com. We have photos. We have game photos, but my favorite thing is going out into the tailgates, blue lot, yellow lot, and going out there. All these people are having a great time, and getting these fan photos and saying, guys, guess what? This game isn't just about the game. It's about the experience and you being here, and I have proof of it. Whether or not you're doing a keg stand or you're serving nachos.
Don't say keg stand too loud in front of these girls right here.
No, just ignore me. But I love giving fans an opportunity to go find photos of themselves having that great experience. You can go find those online, as well as game stories, player features. We have all sorts of stuff. It is a crazy day for me, but it's all worth it.
And you and I are real happy because Sports Radio 610 will be the home of the Houston Texans for the next 10 years, and that's a good deal. You're going to be busy the next 10 years.
You got it. I can't wait.
All right, don't go anywhere. I'm going to go see what's happening out here on the tailgate over here. I thought I saw him, and yes, I did see him. How about Robert L. Jackson, the one and only? He's hanging out on the tailgate with us here at the tailgate at Texan Plaza. First of all, Mr. Jackson, how are you doing? It's good, real good to see you.
Good to see you.
All right, for those of you who do not know, Robert L. Jackson, you can stand there, Rob. We'll get to you later, too. Robert L. Jackson was with the original Wrecking Crew. They weren't called the Wrecking Crew. You played for Pops, I believe, didn't you?
No, I played with Ballard, Emory Ballard.
No, the defense squad I thought was Pop Robertson.
Mad Dog.
Yeah.
Mad Dog.
Now, you guys had what a lot of people would say is the best Texas A&M defense ever. Ed Simonini, yourself, Garth Tenaple was on that team, was he not?
Exactly.
Tell me about what it was like, because the Texans can learn a thing or two from an attacking, aggressive defense like that. What was the mentality of your squad?
We just get to the ball. The guys that I played with, it was Ed and Garth, they type of guys that just go to the ball. We was real aggressive.
And I was going to guess that you played for the Browns, but I see your hat. You did play for the Browns. I couldn't quite remember. You're in the NFL. The rules have changed. When you were there, you took people's heads off. What do you think about the rule changes now?
Oh man, I kind of hate it right now, but you got to live with what they doing now.
Yeah. All right, tell me about Texas A&M's move to the SEC. I've heard rumors that even back in the 70s when you played, there were coaches and administrators who thought about it. What do you think about Texas A&M going to the SEC and TCU coming back to the Big 12?
Well, I think that it was a good move, but it's going to be a little tough up there. They got some horses in that other conference there.
Give me one memory that you will never forget about playing for that awesome defense in the mid-70s.
Well, Jackson, Texas A&M versus Texas. That's the memory I always had. Playing against Big Earl. Yeah. And that was one of the highlights of my career. Just at A&M, playing against Texas. That was a key.
And your reward was you went to go to the Browns. You got to play him again when he was with the Oilers. Hey, I'm John Lopez. Hey, girls, we're about to come back in the next segment, and don't you go anywhere. We're going to have another Texas A&M great, another NFL player, Sammy Davis, and his brother Cobbe is going to be right here on the tailgate at Texan Plaza. Don't go anywhere.
Hey, it's Bert Brocker, head coach of Texan Buick and GMC, here with Anna Megan and, of course, the one and only Mr. John Lopez. But earlier today, me and Anna were talking because I've recently sold 4 of the Houston Texans vehicles, and we've kind of become their outlet. And hopefully we can become yours as you're out there in the community, because we've got an easy website to go through. It's TexanGM.com.
And you can go to TexanPlaza.com, and you'll learn all about what we're doing right here. Can I put you in a model today?
I will take one, absolutely. I know the Texans. I love the Texans, so I trust their recommendations.
Exactly. You got Mr. Brett Hartman, the new kicker, Eric Winston, of course, who's been with us now for 3.5 years, and then you've got Tony Austin and Derek Newton, is correct. And a small thing came up today. It's where I grew up at, because I didn't inherit all this. I've worked all my life to get to where I'm at. My family didn't own dealerships, and it's kind of a neat deal. I was born in Port Lavaca, grew up down in Palacios, and you were telling me that for the first time in your life you heard Palacios, what, for the third time, I believe?
You know, talking to him about the city or the town called Palacios, it really was the third time that I've had a conversation where that city was mentioned, and the second one was today. I was talking to 2 Texans players that say they go out there and go hunting. Tight end Joel Dreesen and defensive end Tim Bullman, they went out there. They took old Timmy out there. He's from Boston. He had no idea what Texas was all about.
So,
he learned about it right in Palacios.
It doesn't matter if you're from Humble or Palacios. There's only one place to go, and that's Texan Buick GMC.
Thanks, John.
Back we are at the tailgate at Texan Buick GMC Plaza. Texan Plaza, by the way. You can go to TexanPlaza.com if you want to nominate yourself or your team for the team of the week and the talk of the tailgate. We'll get to that in the next segment. Right now, joined again by Anna Megan Raley and Cobbe Davis and Sammy Davis. You know them from Humble High School, of course. Also Texas A&M, and Sammy had a very nice career, I believe 5 or 6 years in the NFL. I want to start with Humble High School, though. First with you, because I know nothing looked like this when you played.
No, I mean, it's totally changed. We didn't have all the fancy stadium and the nice track that they have right now. It was a dungeon when we was here. It was, no turf, straight grass, but we made it. We did what we could do with it.
All right, now let me ask you guys both about the high school memories again, because a lot of people that I talk to, NFL athletes, they still say the most money I made, of course, was in the NFL. The biggest events I played in were in college in terms of passion and emotion, but the most fun I had was in high school. Would either of you, and I'll ask Cobbe this first. You can put the microphone there, Anna. I know you didn't play in the NFL, but the most fun you had playing football.
Here in high school?
Yeah, was it in high school?
You know what? I would have to say yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Apologize. I definitely have to say yeah. I think it was more of a family playing here with all the coaching staff, of course. I mean, you knew Larry Johnson, and, he was a big mentor to me. In 10th grade, he was my offensive coordinator. He was my driving instructor, so I got my first license dealing with Coach Johnson. And on top of that, the district was the same too, because in '95, Humble wasn't 4A.
Right.
They was 5A. It was 21 5A. So we had MacArthur, we had Alden, teams that were powerhouses, Nimitz, Eisenhower, places like that. Dante Hall and all them. Mm-hmm. So the competition was great. So you always had to, every week, prepare for that big game, because it never failed that if you slipped up, you would drop in rank. And so I think, with all that in mind, it was a good feeling.
Sammy, let me ask you about the Wrecking Crew. You were at the genesis of it. I know Chet Brooks was the first one to really give it that name, but you were right after that. What you saw, what you had then, and what you're seeing now in the Aggies, they had a couple of tough weeks with Oklahoma State and Arkansas, but can they get there from here, and what do you think about where the program is headed?
I definitely think we're heading in the right direction with Coach DeRuiter, as the defensive coordinator. They just have to really work together as a team in the secondary. That's one thing when I was playing, me and Terrence Kill, Sean Weston, Jay Brooks, and we knew we was going to handle our responsibility in the secondary. We knew where each guy was going to be. We understood the coverage, and we kind of